Dear student, welcome to Conidena classroom. In today's class, we are going to start the chapter Animal Tissue. In unicellular organisms, all functions of the body like digestion, respiration and reproduction are performed by a single cell. But if we talk about the multicellular animals or organisms, a group of similar cells along with intercellular substances perform a specific function and such an organization is called tissue. So let us start our discussion with the animal tissue. Animal tissue. Nehemiah Grew, a British botanist who used the tissue term for the first time. Okay. Then Francis Xavier Beckett introduced this term tissue in zoology. Study of tissue is called histology and histology term was given by the scientist Mayer. Now, tissue is made up of one or many type of cell of common embryonic origin. This is very important and performs a specific function. Or in other words, you can say in tissues, cells may be dissimilar in structure and function, but they are always similar in origin. Okay. And detailed study of tissue is called microscopic anatomy. Okay. So on the basis of functions and structure, tissues are of four types. So animal tissues are broadly classified into four types. The first type is the epithelium or epithelial tissue, which is the covering and protective tissue. Second one is the connective tissue. Connective tissue is meant for to connect structures, provide support and transport substances in the body. The third type of tissue is the muscular tissue, which helps in contraction and locomotion. Fourth type is nervous tissue. Nervous tissue is meant for to generate and conduct impulses in the body. And tissue was first evolved in coelentrates or cnidarians. So let us start our discussion with the first part, that is the epithelium or epithelial tissue. So epithelial tissue, epithelial word epithelium is composed of two words, which is epi means upon. The word epi means upon, and the word thelia means growth. So epithelial tissue is a tissue which grows upon another tissue. Okay, and it always rests upon underlying connective tissue. Okay, so here you can see the epithelial tissues, and there will be basement membrane beneath the epithelial tissue always, and beneath the basement membrane there will be presence of connective tissue. Okay, so between epithelium and connective tissue a non-cellular basement membrane is present, which is highly permeable. This basement membrane is highly permeable. Okay, so let us start our discussion further with epithelial tissue. Word epithelia or term epithelia was first used by the scientist Frederick Roos. Okay, and epithelia is a sheet of cells that covers the external and internal surfaces of the body, and cells are compactly arranged with little intercellular matrix, and epithelial tissue arise from all the three germ layers of the body, that is the ectoderm, mesoderm and the endoderm. Next, the epithelial cells are closely packed with negligible intercellular spaces, means you can say less intercellular spaces. Due to less intercellular spaces, blood vessels, lymph vessels and capillaries are unable to pierce this tissue, so blood circulation is absent in epithelium. And that's why the cells depend for their nutrients on underlying connective tissue. Let us see the diagram of epithelial tissue. So here you can see the epithelial cells, which is resting upon a non-cellular basement membrane, and this basement membrane is made up of basal lamina and reticular lamina. So basal lamina consists of mucopolysaccharide, which are secreted by epithelial cells. And reticular lamina consists of reticular fibers which are secreted by underlying connective tissue. So in connective tissue, you can say the nerve vessels as well as the blood vessels both are present, but in basement membrane you can say only the nerves are present. And epithelium, they always rest upon the basement membrane, and these are the apical surface or pre-surface of the epithelial cells, and these are the lateral side. These are the lateral side of the epithelial cells. So these are the basic features of epithelial tissue. Let us start our discussion with the pre-surface of epithelial cells, or you can say modifications of the epithelial cells. Okay, so first modification is the microvilli. And one thing should be clear that these modifications are on the apical surface of the epithelial cells. So first modification is the microvilli, second one is the stereocilia, third is the kinocilia or cilia. So microvilli, they are the minute process, stereocilia, they are conical in shape, and kinocilia or cilia, they are long cylindrical processes, and they have uniform diameter from base to apex. From base to apex, they have same diameter. Okay, so here you can see the diagrammatic representation of microvilli, stereocilia, and kinocilia. In microvilli, you can see the villi are present on the apical surface of the epithelial cells, and the microvilli are non-motile, non-contractile, and they will increase the absorptive surface and secretive surface area. And occurrence of microvilli will be present in the wall of intestine, gallbladder, and proximal convoluted tubule of nephron. Okay, and stereocilia, they are non-motile, non-contractile, and they will increase secretory surface area. And occurrence of stereocilia will be in epididymis, vas deferens, macula, and crista of inner ear. Kinocilia, they are motile cilia, contractile. They are meant for movement and locomotion in one direction. Okay, and presence of kinocilia or cilia will be in trachea, bronchus, bronchioles, fallopian tubes, and ependymal epithelium.